from Desert Wreath Creations. And what I've got here is Christmas, guys. Who isn't excited about Christmas even though it's still warm weather? I thought I would show y'all how to make a piece of candy out of a DollarTree football frame. So what you'll need is one football frame that came from the DollarTree, a roll of 21-inch mesh. This is got a lot of metallic in it. If you've got high full, that's great too. This is very thick. You will not use the whole roll. You're going to need exactly 4 pipe cleaners, 4 zip ties, okay? You're going to need a pair of scissors, and I've picked out 4 different ribbons I had when I was getting out my Christmas supplies. This is a 2-inch ribbon, came from Wal-Mart last year. Here's another ribbon, Wal-Mart last year. This ribbon right here came from Hobby Lobby last year. And this is some candy cane ribbon that I had ordered from CraftOutlet that I had left from last year. And the last thing is, this is a piece of shelf lining material, the plastic kind that sort of sticks to your shelf. This is going to be excellent because we're going to lay it down, and this is going to prevent our football frame from moving all over the place, okay? So let me put all of these supplies to the side, and then we'll get started. So I've laid out my piece of shelf lining paper. I didn't lay it on the really pretty side. I flipped it over on the side that grips. Now this doesn't move around like it would here or on the other side, okay? So I'm going to take our 4 pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to bend them in half. I'm going to come down here to the end here where it has the 2 brackets, 1, 2, right here to the side. I'm going to take these and I'm going to slip them right into that side, okay? Then I'm going to take one of them, one of the sides, and I'm going to wrap it around the frame so that they don't slide up this bar. And then I'm just going to twist it a couple of good times, and we've got one. This time, bend it in half. We're going to go up between these other 2 bars here. We're going to do the same thing. Make one around the outside ring or the bar, and we're going to twist it. Okay, that leaves us 2 pipe cleaners. And we're going to repeat this process on the other end. For all of you out there that didn't know what you could do with these, I think this is an excellent way to be able to decorate for Christmas. It makes a really stunning piece. These are perfect for, like, if you've got porch piers to decorate them. If you wanted to get to really jazzing it up, whoops, put that back and around there. You could even put on a small deal of twinkle lights on it. It'd be really cute, battery operated, of course. Okay, so now that we've got those on there, I'm going to sort of just place it in the middle. I'm going to take this 21-inch mesh, and I'm just going to pull quite a bit out. Because if you think about it, you've got a piece of candy, and then you've got the wrapper that comes way out here. I don't like to have edges that fray or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn under, and I'll measure it here for you so you can get an idea. I'm going to turn under this to about 9 inches, okay? Let me scoot this over so I can get this over here so you can see it. About 9 inches. Then I'm just going to take it like you would if you were going to do a poof, and I'm just ruffling it up so you have these edges right here. Okay? Then now once I've got it ruffled up, I want to make sure it's semi-straight. Pull that out from under my hands. Let's try that again. Ruffle it up. Not ruffling very straight today, guys. Here we go. And now we have that. We're going to bring our football over here. I'm going to spread out this one tie, and I'm just going to lay it down in that tie. I think that's adorable already. Pull it around it, and I want you to push down real tight with your thumb or your finger till you can get these crisscrossed. Then I want you to pull real tight before you twist. And I would twist a good 3 or 4 times just to hold that mesh in there. Okay? Now what you're going to do, just like if you're going to grab your mesh to do a poof, you want it to sort of all be straight, and it sort of looks like it's pleated. Okay? And you're going to come down to this end, but what I want to do is I want to take and make sure that outer edge is wrapped around this outer side. Okay? Not a whole lot. You may have to pull that side more so. Just tucked around it. And you may have to let go and do it a couple of times till we get all the way back down here. And we're going to fix that in just a second. I'll show you how. So now that we went ahead and we flipped this one under before we ruffled it, we're going to go ahead, bring this one out to where we think about it's about right. We can check it, and no, that's not right. Let's bring it out some more. They don't have to be even. Okay, so now that I've got this to come out to my end, I'm just going to go right up under here, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it. Doesn't matter if it's straight, we're not going to see it. And we're going to get that out of our way. Now that we've already got this one ruffled up, you want to pull it semi-taut, but not super tight. You want to open one of these pipe cleaners, and it's the same way, gather it up, there it went. You got it crisscross there, guys. And you're just going to crisscross it real tight, holding it down real snug. Then you're going to twist it 3 or 4 times. You can go in here just like if it was a poof and pull this out. Like so. If we've got one end bigger, doesn't matter. We can fix it here in just a minute. So now that we've got this down, I'm just going to pull a little bit. But I'm going to take more than just one of the little layers with me. I want to take this whole crease right there and sort of scoot that one over. All right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it over. Looking like a piece of peppermint already. We're going to take our mesh again. If you want to trim it to get it straighter, you can. I'm not going to. I just want it to lay flat. I'm going to ruffle it again. all the way across it. Okay, see how I made that one bigger? So it's sort of like this one. This time, I think I got that one just a little too big. So let's fold it under. I love doing this. These turn out gorgeous, guys. There we go, a little bit better. And the tie that we used, we're gonna go right back in it and use it again, okay? We're gonna use it again. We're gonna push that down in there. We're gonna pull it snug, crisscross it, twist it really good. Now we're going to, just like we're doing a ruffle, pick it up again. And now we're going to come right down over the top of this. All right? All the way down to this other end. You may want to pull it more over to the side. It doesn't matter. Okay? I do want it to represent more paper, so I'm just going to make sure it's got more ruffle in it. I'm pulling it semi-taut. Here's our piece. Pull out some more. Okay. Let's check it. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. We're going to turn this under. Let's just turn it under this way this time. I do it all different ways. I just don't like that raw edge showing. So turn it under, ruffle it up, get it to where you're pulling it real taut. I've got that. Got it out of sync, guys. Maybe the other way around was a lot better. I think it was. There we go. Make sure you push these rough ends up under your little ruffles here, or pleats, or whatever you want to call them, so that they're hidden. Take your other pipe cleaner, the one you used just a minute ago, okay, that's it, just making sure. Just wanting to spread this out some. I don't want it totally flat. Bring it down. Pull your pipe cleaner good and tight. And twist it. Then you just get this to where you want it. Like to make sure my frame's not showing at all. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start on the other side. So it's just like a repeat and repeat process. Let's pull this end out. I think this is adorable. Get that ruffle up under there. Let's take this. Let's fold the end under. Flatten it out some. Sorry if I keep getting you losing you there. I'm going to come here. I'm going to ruffle across. I'm just eyeballing my ruffles. If you really wanted to, you could measure these going around for the end piece of your candy. Okay? So this time, I'm going to take this other pipe cleaner and I'm going to go over here. Let's open it up good. We're going to put it down inside it. Crisscross it to pull it real snug. Then twist it. Spread out your ends a little bit. Okay. Now, we're just going to flip it around. Makes it just a little easier on me. I'm going to take this in. We're going to get it like a poof by pulling it all together. Come down here, find our other pipe cleaner. Still wants to scoot around, but I tell you, without this little piece of a mat, it would really want to scoot around. Okay, I'm just pulling it around to this side, guys. Because remember, we've got to cover up the edge of that frame. But we still want it to keep its shape. Because once we get finished, it will look something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this out. We've got that right there. So if I was to come back around, just a little bit big, okay, and let's cut this off. Roll it up for a minute over here. We're going to take this in, put it on the inside. Pull it around. Find that little stinking pipe cleaner. Make sure I don't have any large outpoofs there. Perfect. Take it, pull it real tight, and twist it. Make sure I've got my frame covered like I did on the other side, all the way down. And I've got my little layers laying really nice and neat. Okay, So let's repeat it just like we did on this side. Fold your mesh under. Get it as even as you can. And do your ruffle. Slide it back over here. We're going to go right back down. Make sure I'm on the right side. Right back down in this pipe cleaner. Push it down real snug with your thumb or your finger. And twist it. This time, like last time, we're going to go more up onto the top to make sure we cover everything. Okay? Pulling it a little tauter. Finding our cut spot. Perfect. Cut it off. Take it. Turn it under to where it stays under your mesh, like if it was a poo. Pulling it taut. And we're going to go right back down into this pipe cleaner. Tight, real tight. Come in here and we'll spread this out just like it was a poo. Like I said, it doesn't matter. They're even. I think it gives it that character. I've got a string right there. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Isn't it looking adorable? We really don't. I'm going to take these, twist them around good. And stick them back down inside. I'm going to take these, pull them together, twist them around good. Twist them over themselves and push it down on the inside. Okay? Now see, on the sides and all, you cannot see that frame. So that's all of the mesh we're going to use, 2 on each side. All right, and then we've got our little piece of candy form. Now we're going to take this 2-inch ribbon that I've got. The other ones were the 1.5. I'm going to cut about a, let's say 16-inch piece. I'm going to cut 2 of them. You can eyeball it If you got a ruler, I use a self-healing mat when I'm cutting mesh and all. Okay. Put our pin back in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and under. I'm not folding the ribbon in two or nothing. I'm just coming up and under. I get my pieces pretty even. And all I'm going to do is like tying your shoe. One over and under. To keep the, if I can keep both sides good. Pull it tight. Up and under. Then you're going to take these two ends and you're just going to pull the dickens out of them. Just pull the dickens. And what that does is take care of all this nastiness right there. That covers up the pipe cleaners and all. Then we're just going to take this, fold it in half, and I'm going to cut it from the outside folded to the inside, to the outside where it's, from the inside where it's folded to the outside and make a dovetail. That's all you do. We'll do it again. We fold it where the folded edge is, cut from that side up to the wired edge. All this ribbon is wired. And that will stay there by itself, right there. Let's do the other end. Take it. Even them out. When I get up to here, when I'm making my I'm gonna tie them, I take one side and I twist it, okay? I twist it. Make sure I've got it right. I'm twisting it to the wrong side. That way when I pull on it and I come back under it, I've got it on the right side. And this is where I pull it real taut together. Real tight. Then I straighten my ribbon out. And I cut my dovetail, folding it in half from the folded side out to the wired side, and then I just straighten it out. There you go. So that's what we've got so far. So now let's make a little bow for it on both ends. Let me get this out of the way. Let's bring in my bow maker. I use a deluxe easy bow. I have these in my shop with the link listed below if anyone would like one. So what I'm going to start out with is I'm going to start out with this red with the white stripe. I've stayed with the whole red and white theme throughout the making this candy cane, or this piece of candy. I'm only going to come out here to the 6-inch mark. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to move this tail going straight up. I'm going to pull out plenty of ribbon. I'm going to come over here to the 5-inch mark, and I'm going to twist it. And I'm going to move that up there with this tail, okay? Then across from this loop, I'm going to come over here to the 5-inch mark, and I'm just going to press it down in there, and I'm going to come straight out here and make about another 6-inch tail. If these are too long, we can cut them off. Now we're going to bring in this white ribbon that has the similar to a candy cane edge around it. Once again, I'm going to come out here to about the 6 or 7-inch mark. I'm going to twist it, but this time I'm going to bring that ribbon towards me. I'm going to come over here to the 5-inch mark again. I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to keep that ribbon down here where I put that tail at. I'm going to make another one, 5 inches, smash it down in there, and I'm going to bring my tail up this time. Each time I have made an X. X with the red, X with the white. Okay? Now let's cut this tail off. We'll scoot this to the side. Now let's come in with the candy cane and candy peppermint candy. Same way, 6.5 inch tail. I'm going to pull the tail outward. I'm going to come out here, but this time I'm only going to come out here to the 4-inch mark. Okay? The same way here, and if you'll notice, I'm laying it right in the center of them. And I'm going to go ahead and twist right here. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little center loop that's going to be about 2.5, 3 inches. Right there in the center. We didn't need to twist. Old habits die young. And I'm going to bring it right here to this one. Okay? I want to make sure all of my tails and my loops are in the correct position. And I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm going to come right up under all of this, all the way to the center dowels. And all I'm going to do is push this, tighten this down, but then I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to set my bow maker here for a minute because we're going to have to make another one. There's an indentation where those dowels were. I'm just going to hold it, and then I'm going to push this or turn this zip tie to the back to where it lays right inside those dowels. Okay? I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Then I'm going to come over here once again and make sure that I've got my little loops and tails where I want them. And then I'll just come right back here and I'll pull that really snug and tight. All right, now we have a little bow. I call these little spider bows. This will be darling on there. I cut the pipe cleaner, the zip tie off, and now we're gonna make another one right quick. Same way we did the first one. So about a 6-7 inch tail, twist it, come out here to the 5 inch, twist it, get back out there. Inch, press it on down in there. Let's get that one up there where I want it. And put this one right here. And we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna come back in with this white. Same way, 6.5 inch tail. Twist it. Push it down in there and bring it towards me this time. Make a loop, and it's going to be a 5 inch loop, and it's going to come towards me because that's where my tail is. I'm going to go across it, make another one, press it down inside it, and cut my tail in the opposite direction. This time, same thing, about a 6 inch tail. I'm gonna make it go up. The loop's only gonna be 4 inches. We're gonna twist it. Four inches. We're gonna twist it. About 2.5, 3 inches, and then we're just going to press it down inside and bring the tail towards me and cut it off. We're going to take another one of our zip ties. We're going to come up and under. Tighten it down a little, pull it out, hold our bow while we move our zip tie to the back. I'll tighten it up just a little bit more. Then I'm going to just move my loops where they should go. My tails, make sure they're turning the right direction. My little center loop, turn it back over and pull it down real snug and cut that off. Now we're going to bring our piece of candy back over. I'm loving this, love, love, love it. Okay, so we've got this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate our other 2 zip ties into putting our bow on, and then we will trim up this to make it really look cute. How does that look so far? Isn't that adorable? I think that's adorable. And the way we're going to do it is I'm going to go down with the head of this zip tie from the inside, okay? So I want to be able to catch the frame on the back. So I'm going to go straight down through the mesh and all, and it might be a little tedious, but just take your time till you feel it back there with your hand. And I'm feeling mine right back here, guys. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this right back up to the inside. And we're going to push our zip tie in, just like so. Then we're going to push it back through. Top the other. Here we go. Like so, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bow. It doesn't really matter. I want my tails to go this way, and that's what these are. We've already got these cute little tails going this way to hire all of our mechanics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up under the bow, and I'm going to take this zip tie, and I'm going to come in through that little center loop that we made there. Okay, and on the other side, I'm going to bring this other edge, and I'm going to connect the zip tie to hold it tight. Okay, now I'm going to straighten my bow up before I tighten it down, get it where I want it, get these tails where I want them. And holding it in the middle, I'm pushing that zip tie down and tightening our bow on. Okay. I'm gonna clip that off. And then just take your loops and smooth that one right there. Take our little loops, spread them out. Our little center loop. Get up under there. I talked to my wreaths, guys. You can pull on them as much as you need to because it's zip tied in. Okay? So that's what we've got so far there. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to repeat the process. I'm going to go right down here where the pipe cleaners were tied to, making sure I've got my zip tie pointing in the right direction. I'm just pushing it through the mesh and all. Like I said, sometimes it's a little tedious. You just have to work with it. There it is. Come back around. And I'll put the zip tie going right back in so I'll have the other edge of it. Wanting to be silly. There we go. So now we've got it. We're going to take our other bow. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this right in between that little center loop we made. We're going to bring this other one seems like the zip tie shrunk. And we're going to get it started. Okay. Now we've gotten it started, so we're just going to take our loops before we tighten it down good. And our tails, get them in the direction we want them, nice and pretty. Okay, then I'm going to take this zip tie, push down and down. I may even get my little needle nose pliers so I can pull it really tight. There we go. Nip it off. Put our tails in our little loops where we want them. Our ribbon got twisted a little bit. It's okay. We can fix it. Isn't that darling? Now let's cut our little tails off. Just folding it in half. Okay, turn it around this way. Still wanting to slide. Turn it to the inside. That one's twisted a little bit. Go. Clean our mess up. And there we've got us a cute little piece of candy